I have our Newlanders Douchebag of the Year.
He's the douchebag of the year. Now ain't he great, folks? Ain't he grand? The douchebag of the year.
One and all, welcome. Happy Halloween. I'm Nick Muniz. Today on the show, we have got Tucker Max's Assholes Finish First. Why does Santa Claus have such a big sack? He only comes once a year. I'm actually going as Hitler for Halloween. I had to hire 6 million cosplayers to help. Previously goated author Tucker Max is back to bestow broly knowledge, today giving answers to hard-hitting questions, such as, what is it like to have sex with a midget? What about 2 midgets? Does 2 midgets equal 1 person or a threesome? When a girl you met 3 hours ago decides to tattoo your name on her body, what is the appropriate reaction? At what number of virgins does deflowering them stop being fun and start to feel like a job? Why did the sperm cross the road? Because I put on the wrong sock this morning. Fellas, in college, I was the NCAA fuckboy of the year. Record-breaking years after year. I'm an All-American. They call me the Heisman of Hymens. Love is like a machine. Sometimes you need a screw to fix it. About the author Tucker Max. We've done it once. We ain't doing it again. Check out the Patreon for extra books. We going hard over there. Alien disclosure. Historic deep dives. Like up, sub up. What do you call the useless skin on the end of a penis? A man. Tucker Max, Assholes Finish First. Chapter 1, The Bullhorn. Halloween is sexier than Valentine's Day. Love Halloween. This story takes place in September of 2001. This guy's a dinosaur. I was born in 2006. I'm only 18 years old. All of my fellow college goers, it's party time. I went to law school at Duke, and as you may know, basketball is huge there. The demand for tickets, even for grad students, far outstrips the supply. In order to solve this problem, the people in charge make grad students camp out in a field to get the lottery for a chance of tickets. They expect you to spend a weekend sleeping in dirt and checking in every time they blow a whistle, like a fucking homeless kindergartner. Tucker isn't having it. The schools in the South do this. They make you camp out on the green once a year just so they could sell you their tickets. If you did this up north, there would be homeless bums among. Isn't it weird in the South? Where do all the homeless people go? They got their strict southern sheriffs. There's no homeless people in like Florida, Georgia. They ship them all up to New York. Tucker isn't having it. I got a camp for my basketball tickets. They call it the premier graduate and professional student social event of the year. Not going to a bar or party with your friends, or God forbid actually going to the games? Nope. To them, the coolest thing a grad student can do is root around in the filth. I want tickets, so I have to go. Okay, fine. But if those Duke basketball tools are going to make me sleep outside for 2 nights, I'm going to make them pay. And not just by getting drunk and fucking their girlfriends. Took me a few days, but I finally figured out how to completely ruin the event for everyone who sucks, while concurrently making it awesome for me and my friends. Hate, this is his buddy. Remember from Book 1? Okay, we're building on the knowledge. His buddy Hate. What are you up to? Tucker says, I'm ordering something online. What, a Russian mail-order bride? Better. A bullhorn. What for? For the campout. Look at this one. Dude, it has a 1-mile range, 110 decibel siren. It's made for police use. The bullhorn finally arrives. My voice boomed out of the bullhorn so crisp and loud it shocked me. I felt a strange new power surge through me. It was like I drank from the Holy Grail. I took a deep breath in and bellowed. Woo! Hey! I am the greatest man alive. I am fucking invincible. Holy shit, the volume's only at 6. It goes up to 10. Everyone's going to hate us. Max, you aren't really going to take that thing to the campout, are you? Tucker into the bullhorn. We are friends and roommates, and yet I feel like you don't know me at all. I turned it down to 2, loud but still a manageable indoor volume, and spoke to everyone exclusively through the bullhorn for the next week. It became a part of me, a natural extension of my arm. I put it down only to shower and to masturbate. You know how when you pine after something really badly, like a cool toy or a new car or whatever once you get it, it's never as good as you imagined it would be? This was the opposite. This was so much better than I could have ever dreamed. No possession of mine before or since has ever competed with the way the bullhorn did. It embodied all of the characteristics that I consider myself to be, and amplified them. Helicopter, helicopter. I've only ever been this satisfied when I bought a high-range laser pointer. They took them off Amazon.com. Me and my buddies would go up to the high-rise, the highest point in town, and shine these helicopters with our laser pointers. Bro, you can touch a goddamn firmament with the heli. High-power laser pointers is basically a lightsaber bow. You could shoot it 8 miles away. Bullhorns, laser pointers, start shopping around. All right, so we're going to the camp out with the bullhorn. I was pretty good at debating with people before, but now I had a permanent trump card. How can you win an argument against someone who is louder than a chainsaw? Everything you say becomes one level more humorous through a bullhorn. Stupid becomes passable, passable becomes funny, funny becomes hysterical, and hysterical becomes Chappelle doing Rick James. I'm Rick James, bitch!
It would be so awesome.
I was not lacking in confidence beforehand, but add a bullhorn and I became superhuman. It was like having a gun, except better. Walking around with a bullhorn gives the authority of a gun without any of the toothlessness of danger. At 7 p.m., they blew the whistles for the first check-in. The head camp-out nerd was giving instructions with one of those tiny little megaphones you could buy at Home Depot. He saw me and came over excited. "You have a bullhorn? I have one too!" In the most condescending tone possible, I said, "Aren't you the cutest? And look at that toy Santa bought for you for Christmas. You must have been a good boy this year." Why does Santa only come once a year? Because he's got a giant sack. The nerds sulk away. To be the man, you gotta beat the man. And now I am the man. Woo! Shout into the bullhorn. The testosterone rush of victory at the top of my beer I had already drank put me into what I called an aggressive state. Conversely, I was surrounded by the type of passive fearful people who had chosen to stay to school to avoid the conflict and consequences of real life. This meant I had in front of me a weekend where I could do or say anything I wanted, without worrying about anyone being able to talk over me. This must be what narcissist heaven is like. Tucker, he starts heckling people. He sees a kid in a Star Wars shirt. Let's be honest. How many times have you jacked off to a picture of Princess Leia in her metal bikini? There was a hoity-toity bookworm. You look like the type of people who would criticize a misspelling in a suicide note. Some European exchange students. Fact. Soccer is a game invented by ladies to pass the time while their husbands cooked dinner.
This is a certified hood classic.
Europeans, go practice your throw-ins and your cheese-eating surrender monkeys. Keep it over on that side of the Atlantic. Tooling on idiots is fun, but I still have a penis, and it still demands its flesh of pound. Pound of flesh? Pound some flesh? So we decided to see what's good looking, or at least willing. Tucker surmises there are 4 types of grad school chicks. Get your notebooks out. Number 1, the insecure, fearful types hiding from the real world. Number 2, the super serious ones so brainwashed by the unreality of academics they aren't even human anymore. Number 3, the ones just looking for their Mr. degree. And number 4, our favorite, the sluts. Of all types of women, I like sluts the best. Mainly because they are the most receptive to me putting my penis into their vagina. Unfortunately, night 1, there are no willing subjects for Tucker. We didn't wake up until around 2 p.m. Once we beat back our hangovers with a 12-pack, Sling Blade came over with his RV to an awesome spread of food. Not just cheap hot dogs and sausages, they had gourmet shit. Bitchy girl, your friend bought a bullhorn to the camp out? I mean, who does he think he has? Sling Blade, you must be lucky enough to not have met Tucker, I guess.
Why, is he drinking our wine? Is he eating my pate?
He has what the DSM-5 refers to as narcissistic personality disorder. Also, I believe that he is out of beer. Bitchy girl, can I ask you a question? Now she's talking to Tucker. Can I ask you a question? If you're wondering whether you're fat, you probably are.
No, I wanted to ask.
Yes, you could stand to lose a few pounds.
And you don't think you could stand to drink less?
Daddy drinks because otherwise he can't justify having sex with you.
Have sex with you? Ha! You wish!
You could pretend you aren't into me to keep up appearances, but you know you're moist right now.
I could not find you more unattractive. You're slurring your speech. You have a shirt on that's 2 sizes too small.
Drinking is a problem only if you're not good at it. To me, everything you listed is proof that I am very good at it.
You disgust me.
I will not apologize for being awesome. We chilled the rest of the afternoon and evening, planning on how we would fuck with Tent City again that night. But this time, the nerds had come prepared. They must have had spies watching us because we had gotten to the ridge of the start of our second assault on Tent City. We were met with a Duke cop. What's the problem, officer? You need to stop using that bullhorn. What? Why? The proper response to a lawful order is not why, but officer, I don't think you understand. I hold the bullhorn in front of his face as if he hadn't seen it yet. I have a bullhorn! What's the problem, officer? You didn't see that? I have a bullhorn! It's right here! You didn't see it? You have to stop using the bullhorn for the rest of the campout. Officer, I can't stop. I'm the ruler of Tent City. It was at this point the cop realized I wasn't crazy or stupid, just really drunk. And I'm giving you a lawful command. You can obey it, or I can arrest you. Sling Blade slaves Tucker from incarceration. He almost got tasered by a Duke Bull cop. Even 10 years later, it still upsets me that my reign as conqueror lasted only a single night. I had met so many people left to insult and piss off. Chapter 2. Sex Stories. Halloween, baby! What are you going as, Hitler or Muammar Gaddafi? Hawk Tua? I just lost a part of my soul saying it. Hey, we out here listening to Talk Tua? Sex Stories. The pen might be mightier than the sword, but I have found that the vagina is stronger than both. No matter what happens to me, no matter how many girls vomit on me or shit on me or screw me over, I keep hooking up with all kinds of women. No repercussions. You can get shit on, they'll throw up on you. It happens. I'm down, I need a hand. My girl threw up on me in the bed. November of 2002. Tucker is in BC pulling chicks. Whore dentification, he calls it. One night out, I get drunk and meet this girl. She seems only mildly into me, so I repeatedly tell her she shouldn't flirt with me. Of course, she takes the bait. I play even more coy. The whole time we're drinking, you know how this ends. The rest of the night is a standard drunk blur. I wake up in my bed sticky and sore with her right next to me. She looked quite a bit better last night. I am honestly baffled as to how many women can put on a 30 pounds in one night. What, this chick hit the buffet at midnight? I went to sleep. She was 30 pounds lighter. I make myself some cereal and realize I can't remember her name at all. Gradually, it doesn't matter to me, but for some reason at this time, I really wanted to get her name right. I rack my brain and genius strikes. Check her purse. I pull out her license. Her name is Stacy. Never would have guessed Stacy. Weight 110? Yeah, during the Reagan administration. And goddamn, she looks hot here. She's the first person I've seen who looks better in her driver's license picture. Goes to wake up Tucker. Clearly Sleeping Beauty isn't your favorite fairy tale, Stacy. She says you were funnier last night. Well, Stacy, this is one of the main reasons people drink. Well, I was skinnier last night. Yeah, and you were funnier. My name is not Stacy. Okay, and my name is not Tucker Max. Yes it is. You showed me your stupid fucking website last night. Your name is all over it. Well, Stacy is the name on your driver's license. She walks into my room from the next bed, picks up a completely different purse, one I had not seen, digs through it, finds her wallet, throws a driver's license at me. The name on the driver's license is Jennifer. No! We've been in this situation. You wake up next to a chick and call her the wrong name.
Metro Boomin, make it boom.
Time stops. You kind of just in midair.
Metro Boomin, make it boom.
My name is Jennifer, not Stacy. Ma'am, I'm gonna need to see some whore-dentification.
What the Sigma?
We should be allowed to ID these chicks. January 2003. Reduce, reuse, recycle. Tucker, he's trying to be a full-time writer. He's telling this story. Still going out to dollar beer nights. One of these girls was in my Oak Park class. She was a Chicago girl, attractive, great face, big ass. A year without college and was way too impressed with my law school resume. I guess she didn't mind the fact that I didn't have a real job or enough money to pay for both food and beer in the same week. We went back to her place pretty far out of the Chicago suburbs. It came time to fuck. I pulled a condom out of my backpack, strapped it on, and we went at it. It was awesome. Some of the best sex I'd had in my life to that point. I started searching through my backpack and realized I was out of condoms. She didn't have any either, which meant I had to go out and buy some. Best sex of your life is condom sex.
I'm on that good cushion alcohol.
Wait till you try it without, Tucker. We went back to her place outside of Chicago. Gotta get some rubbers. Here's the thing. I don't write about this very often, but it's pretty embarrassing. When I first started writing full-time, I was poor. Not regular, I can't afford steak poor. I mean like Bangladesh slumdog poor. It's not a big deal now that I'm rich. I can even laugh about it with retrospect. But when I was going through it, it sucked. There were many days in 2002 and 2003 where I ate nothing but ramen. That's it? That's it, bro. I'm eating ice for dinner. Well, this sucks. I rack my brain trying to think of something to do. How's this guy going to afford condoms? Bro, they think you're going to pay $1 to bust every single rubber? I momentarily consider asking to use her car because there might be a spare change in there. I ponder what it would take to steal money from her purse. Bro, I think I did this on Colfax Ave in Denver. Hooked up with a girl on Clayton Street. I walk over onto Colfax in my underwear. Spare change, I need to buy some condoms. It was 3 a.m., and there I was, a grown man washing out a used condom in the bathroom sink. Hey, can't get a new one. Gotta put the old lamb skin to use. I had better ended up making it as a writer, because this is about as bad as it gets. Reusing condoms? Hey man, it could be worse. June 2003, the shittiest hookup ever. This girl emailed me because she liked my site, and once we got together, the conversion eventually turned me onto two topics that all conversed about me and sex. She told me she wasn't there to hook up. In fact, she'd been with only 2 guys in her life. This was not because she didn't like hooking up, but rather she was afraid of hooking up. Apparently, she had a very weak immune system, took forever to get over sickness, and claimed that VD could kill her. We made out with some more and got into it. After her initial resistance, she decided she did not want to have sex with me despite her injury and risk of HPV. And she took off her pants. She decided this approach was time to let the issue air out. Well, you're letting something air out, lady. Oh my God, great mother of Jesus! As I pulled down her pants, I saw a colostomy bag. Go down and get yourself a rootin' tootin' Sally in the South with a colostomy bag. Some American sex right here. Fucking her from the back, slapping her colostomy bag around a little bit. So if you shit in this bag, can we have butt sex and not have to worry about getting crap on my penis? Not exactly, the girl said. My asshole is sewn shut. Get the fuck out. Your asshole has been sewn shut? Yeah. I want to see that right now. I rolled her over and stuck my fingers down there. Lo and behold, there was no asshole. It was just a crack from top to bottom. Be gentle, she said. You don't want to break this thing. Or do I? Chapter 3, Round 2.
I am Steve.
Round 2. April 2002. Tucker's first MILF. At this point, the majority of my friends are married. Most of their weddings were in places like Vegas or the Outer Banks. One of my boys decided to buck the trend and get hitched in Akron, Ohio. Really, if marriage is hell, I guess he figured it was fitting to have the ceremony in Ohio.
Hey, Italian man.
I meet up with the day before the wedding with my other college buddies. We head out to find the nightlife in Akron. What an awful experience. It was like looking for a clean spot and a dirty ass. Leaving some bar, an attractive girl with 2 other girls and a guy walks by me. I give it a shot. You want to go to a wedding with me tomorrow? Girl stops and looks me up and down. Maybe. Where are you going right now? Wherever you want. You can come with us. We're going to get something to eat. Don't offer if you're not serious. I'm very serious. Come with. At the next bar, she drops the truth. My boyfriend is with his wife tonight. She's the other woman. They go back to her place, play checkers. The next morning, I wake up at 9 a.m. and call one of my college buddies to find out when and where the pre-wedding golf game is supposed to be that morning. He gives me directions, and I wake the woman up to drive me there. As she's getting ready, she walks me down with her number so she can call me that night to meet up again. I cannot find a pen in her room. I venture out to the other rooms on the top floor. No pens, but the rooms are filled with toys, coloring books, very small beds, Powerpuff curtains. Oh no, Tucker, do you have kids? Yes, but they are with their dad this weekend. I end up writing my number on a piece of construction paper with a red crayon. I found it in her daughter's room, so I could fuck her mommy again that night in the butt. Sometimes I disgust even myself. Whenever I give my number to a girl, I write it in crayon. January 2005. Not another teen hookup. One of my teenage fuck buddies, yes, she was 18, calls me at 1 a.m. I am at a party, and it's lame. I'm baked, and my genitals are burning for sex. Can I come over? This chick, she comes over. I know, your pussy will wait. She huffs and pouts and waits. The funny thing is that I had TiVo at the time. But fuck her if she can't take a joke. Teenage girls need to learn patience anyway. We eventually have sex and it's great, but for me, I come. Afterwards, she still gets bakes and wants to hang out. She's a little stoner girl. She's eating her Sour Patch Kids. I don't want to go to sleep, she keeps annoying me. You need to shut up before I call your parents and tell them that you just fucked a 28-year-old. You aren't good in bed, so I thought you'd make it up for being a nice person. You aren't a nice person, so I didn't think there's any reason for me to hang out with you. Awesome. That means you could go. And she's gone. That's how you have sex with an 18-year-old. Tucker, this is outdated. Go on Tinder. You hook up a 16-year-old trans twinks. Twinks! March 2005. Burn, baby, burn. When I was living in Chicago, this one girl was so into me that she paid for my ticket to come see her in Atlanta for a weekend. She was cute, a southern girl, but probably needed to realize that her metabolism wasn't the same in college, and she couldn't drink 5 nights a week anymore. But hey, free trip to Atlanta. She picks me up on the outside security of the Hartsfield, holding a sign that said, "Sexiest man on earth." When we get into her car, she threw me the keys. We weren't even out of the parking structure before she had her face in my crotch. This best part was that she didn't stop when I pulled up to pay the booth. The second best part was the lady working the booth glanced down and gave me the eyes. Nothing shocks an old black woman. I should have told her that I hadn't showered in like 2 days, and I had swamp ass from sitting in a middle-class suite on a hot plane for 3 hours. But whatever. You play crotch roulette, and you're just going to hit a 00 once in a while. What would Jesus do? You give head to the guy who just got off the plane, all right? Start and stop traffic at 5 miles an hour, 12-lane highways in Atlanta. You're being cut off by shithead drivers. Getting some dome from the passenger seat, baby.
Oh my God!
Osaka, do your thing. I gunned to the accelerator and swerved violently to get around the rubbernecker in front of me. Got a couple of voyeurs on the highway. Hey, pay attention to the road. I'm trying to get some head over here.
This is my alter ego.
It's a real story. She popped up from my lap, and I started laughing so hard. What's so funny? I managed to point out in between fits of laughter, and she twisted the rearview mirror so she could see for herself. On her right cheekbone was a huge, shiny red friction burn. It was bad. Like, so bad her concealer didn't even work. The next morning, it had a nasty yellow scab on it, like a savage rug burn. That's the type of head you gotta be giving chicks. Rug burn face head.
Can we get much higher? So high.
Chapter 4, final chapter. The Clown Crawl. Who's ready for Halloween? There's gonna be a bunch of zombies out there tonight. The Clown Crawl. I was in Austin for a few months in the middle of 2003. Plenty of zombies under the freeways. While there, I got an email from a lawyer named J.D. Home. He invited me to an event called the Capital City Clown Crawl. Me and 50 of my closest drinking buddies were dressed up as clowns, rented a yellow school bus, and went from bar to bar. We planned to get drunk, yell at strangers, fuck with improv comedy troupes, and generally be the most obnoxious clowns possible. You should come. I could not imagine anything more appealing. I collected a group of friends, Nils, Steidi, B-Ski, to go with me. We decided to appropriate way to attend this event would be dressed as the most offensive clowns possible. Postal clown with a toy gun and blood spattering. Nils went as a Monsignor pedophile clown, complete with purple shirts, priest collars, children's t-shirts covered in blood. I took a different approach. I picked a nonsensical outfit. Lifeguard clown, complete with floaties. I knew the best way to be offensive is not with an outfit, but with actions. I could think of no other clown outfit that would justify me carrying around the greatest bar crawl accessory ever. My beloved bullhorn.
When I met you in the summer, to my heartbeat sound.
5 p.m. Wake up from hangover nap. Everyone else is still asleep. I gently put the bullhorn into B-Ski's ear, the volume of 4 to be nice. Wake up, shithead! We're late for drinking! 6:30. We arrive at Opal Divines. There's already a dozen clowns there. Clowns rejoice. Your savior is here. We are going to party like runaway Amish kids on Rum Springer. 7:30. We arrive at the Hula Hut. I see 2 of my regular Austin booty calls. Apparently both work here as hostesses, and both are on shift. Nils is disgusted. Both those skanks are fucking you? Make sure they wash their hands before they bring us a drink. I will not stand for disrespect toward my whores. I push out, and perhaps Nils is angry. You can't dunk on my skanks over here. You ever been to Rainy Street in Austin? Skanks coming out the sewers. 7:32. There's a broken glass. I am standing up on the roof. From the outside of the window, it takes me a second to realize what happened, and then I understand. Nils has pushed me through the window. Through the window! That's an American bar fight. Tackle a guy through a window. 8:20. Management asks all clowns to leave. Because of us. Apparently breaking windows is okay, but refusing to put up with the sanctimony of an ugly fat bitch is not. It's not even what got him kicked out. On the way to the next bar, Tucker finds an old pedestrian who's afraid of clowns. He gets 50 clowns to swarm this guy, start doing some Fortnite emojis. Emote. Tucker, this is his last memory before he blacks out. 9:50. Nils buys a whole pizza for me. I take a slice and accidentally drop it on the ground, drunkenly stare at it for a second, pick it up, and eat it anyway. 11:15 a.m. Wake up, face down on a hard metal grate-type surface. My hands are bound behind my back. I have never been more confused in my life. 11:18. This is Austin, Texas. You go there for a good night. You wake up at 11 a.m. handcuffed in a sewer on 6th Street. The floor is moving. I look around. I'm in a paddy wagon. Nils is sitting on the bench above me. We got arrested. This is not good. Maybe if I go back to sleep, everything's going to be better when I wake up. 2:18. I wake up again in a plain white room. Linoleum floors, lots of plastic chairs, set in a brown paper bags. He's still got his bullhorn. I hear someone say, "Well, look, Tucker's awake." It's a cop. When you wake up in a police station surrounded by drunk Mexicans and a cop you've never seen before, it's a very bad thing. 2:25. He tells me to clean up my vomit. I don't see any vomit. I see only hundreds of paper towels on the floor in a circle around me. The circle is at least 12 feet across. I pick up one of them. It's soaking wet. My vomit is underneath. All the paper towels have vomit under them. I must have misseen this. Tucker asked the cop why he was arrested. The charge was pedestrian in a roadway. He breaks out his LSAT knowledge, being a law student. Pedestrian in a roadway? What does that even mean? Don't pedestrians have the right of way in the road? I can't be arrested for simply being in the road. Sir, you were blackout drunk face down in the middle of the road. Yes, but there is no law against this.
Sing we now, sing for the year, sing for the land, sing for the tear.
Reclaim your right to party. You don't got to fight for no right to party. It's your God-given inherent right. Get your bullhorns out and party your tits off tonight. It's recess out here. People are giving up on playtime.
Mods, crush the skull.
Goddamn cops taking our loudspeakers away, our bullhorns. Petty vengeance makes me feel better. I wander around for a few minutes until I realize I don't know where Beesky lives. I give up on everything, find a bench, and go to sleep. Sleep out the second day in Austin on a bench. Here's what Nils had to say. You want me to revisit this night? Never mind the fact that you decided to kick down the door at one of the first bars completely off its hinges? Or when dancing with an old lady on the street, you spun her around so many times she fell over, and you walked away like nothing happened? Or you offered 52 of the 44 people on the clown bus and 97% of the first 5 or 6 stops tainted alcohol? He's serving Everclear as shots. Let's go. He's got his floaties on. The defining moment of the evening was when you were arrested after walking dead into the middle of 6th Street on Saturday night, still wearing your floaties and bullhorn. Something akin to walking on the Hollywood freeway at 6 p.m. and ordering all traffic to stop, declaring, I'm Tucker Max.
Hi, I'm Saul Goodman. Did you know that you have rights?
You're a pedestrian. You're allowed to be in the road. As I watched from the doorway of the pub, 2 cops approached from the other side of the street. Your reaction? You turned the bullhorn on rather portly male and barked, "Don't fuck with me, Tubby. I wouldn't want to be a donut store around you." And that was the end of Tucker Max. Tries to hit on some lady while he's face down in a gutter. Hey, chick. Nice tits.
Call anonymous.
You call anonymously!
Cuffs and the clink for you. Although I swear I thought the female cop actually laughed. And that's all that matters at the end of the day to Tucker. There you guys have it. Assholes finish first. By Tucker. Have a fun Halloween night. Check out Harry Shit if you want a free meme at the end of the night. I'm Nick Muniz. I'll be back on Tuesday with a brand new book for Election Day. Have some fun this weekend. Your boy signing off. See you then. Peace!